That's the silliest thing I've ever done in my life. Oh my... Actually, no. You know what? I think the silliest thing I ever did in my life was when I was in the Boy Scouts. That's right. I actually was a Boy Scout there for a while. I think I was only in there for like a year, maybe 2, maybe even not that long. I don't even remember. But stop doing that. Please stop doing that. Anyway, I was in the Boy Scouts, and it was late at night. We did this whole camping. We went out on a camping trip, and it was me and my other friend, because the Boy Scouts really drilled into us the idea of the buddy system. You know, don't go anywhere without your buddy, because, you know, it's the wilderness, and who knows what's out there, and blah 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 blah. And so I woke up my friend at like 3 in the morning because I had to go to the bathroom, and me and him went all the way out to the bathroom, and we saw this thing. Thank you. Oh, goodness. We saw this thing right outside the bathrooms, and we're like, what the heck is that? And we thought it was like a skunk, and we actually went and had to go wake up one of the counselors, because it's like, hey, there's a skunk right there. I have to go to the bathroom. I don't know what to do. I was too polite to go in the woods, I guess. I think it was only like 7, 8, something like that. I was pretty young. How young was I? I can't remember. But we actually went and woke up the counselor, and we brought him over there, and the skunk was still there, and we're like, oh my gosh, what is that? Oh my god! And he actually walks up to it, he picks it up, and goes, this is a jacket. I'm like, oh, sorry. Then I felt really silly, but at least I had my friend with me. At least I had my friend with me to kind of alleviate the silliness. You know, it's like, well, at least I wasn't alone. It's okay. You see, I've done it once. I know how to do it. I pull to the left, not to the right. Oh my gosh. I could hear you all laughing, or cringing, or just going, ah, typical. That's alright, that's alright. That's a good way to start it. You see, I got mad, and I calmed myself down. You see, that's all I gotta do. Just gotta look at the Black Mage. He's so happy, I love him. Whoever... Gosh, I need to look up who did the sprite work for Final Fantasy 1, because whoever did that sprite work is amazing. I've talked about this before, but I'm just such a sucker for sprite art. You could show me, like, a Rembrandt, and I'll be like, yeah, that is a masterful blend of color and style, but look at this red mage! Oh. It's like, oh, the Lich from Final Fantasy 1, that is the Rembrandt of NES graphic. Actually, no, I have to say, Mega Man is like the Rembrandt, or the, I wouldn't say the Picasso, because if Mega Man was done by Picasso, you'd have, like, Guts Man's arm on top of Scissor Man's face. But Mega Man's... I gotta say, for NES graphics, look at Link, and now look at Mega Man. The comparison is shocking. Capcom did a great work with their design work on Mega Man. It's that last area. Oh, well, at least I'm using Link now. Link's really good for this area. Here, I'm gonna speed up the music just a little bit. You know, how can people really look down on other people nowadays? I haven't had it happen to me in a long time, but there still is, at least for me anyway, there's a little bit of reproach when people are like, oh, so, you know, Gunslinger, what do you do with your time? What are some of your hobbies? I'm like, oh, well, you know, playing video games is kind of my main hobby. And they're like, really? How can that be a hobby? I'm like, you silly people don't really understand. not to sound pretentious, but most people don't appreciate the amount of work and the amount of art and the amount of love that goes into games. Just listen to the composing. Listen to the music in the background. That is masterful. At least to my ear, anyway. So how is it that people can really look down on other people, even if they do play silly video games as a hobby? And I'm not gonna distinguish what is a silly game and what is a masterful game, because it really is all opinion. But you know, can you really argue that Super Mario World is better artistically than VVVVVVV? I mean, really, how do you judge art? How do you judge interactive art? Which is why I personally really don't ever see getting into rating games, or if I ever get into the medium of video game reviews, I will never rely on the standard 1 out of 10, 10 out of 100, that kind of format. 4 stars out of 5. Just you can't do that. Are you really gonna say that? Hold on, let me look at some of the characters here. Are you really gonna say that a 3-star Kirby game is equal to or greater than a 3-star Street Fighter game? You can't do it. At least in my opinion, it's so narrow viewed to give. But the thing is, that's what's the problem, is people want to be able to say how good something is compared to other, because as humans, we love ranking things. We love organizing things. That's what we do. That's like something we do the best, is we organize, we categorize. We have to set down a rating for future generations to say, is this worth spending time on? And if so, why? Which I don't have a problem with. I hate how we generalize. That's the worst, because can you really say that I just did that? Oh my gosh, that spike almost beat me. That spike almost beat me down. Oh, here we go. Link, you got this. Oh my god, what is up with that counter? I don't know how long I have to do this! Oh my goodness, what is with that counter? I think it's 60 seconds? How long is this? Yeah, it's 60 seconds. Okay, so we gotta do this for a full minute. You know what? We gotta go. Let's go with Viridian again. I like Viridian. Where is Viridian? There he is. Let's go. This is your time to shine. Only took me 300 deaths to get here. Didn't feel like it, did it? My goodness. Do. But really though, here's the other problem I have with rating and ranking games is it's all... Oh, that's gonna mess with me. If I could... Oh. It's all gonna be personal opinion. Some people could say, oh, I don't want to waste my time playing a game like VVVVVV because it's just not the game that I like. It's not the game style. I like playing real-time strategy games. That's what I do. That's what I'm best at. And other people would go, no, you know what, Civilization 5, I'm not good at those games. I don't like it. It's not for me. So it's a very fine line. What is your guys' opinion on ranking, rating, that whole thing? I respect people that try it, but myself, I think I need to grow and mature a little bit more before I can really start giving a proper analysis of this kind of stuff. I really need to become more scholarly, because if you're gonna start doing reviews, you need to be able to use points of reference. You need to be able to go, this was done before, this is not a new feature, this is something that has been implemented before, and it was better here or worse here. You know, you could get... It's kind of like saying, oh let me think about this. It's like saying Serious Sam is a great game because it implements weapon switch, where you can carry a large amounts of weapons on you at the same time. But Doom did the same exact thing, where you could carry a large number of weapons and blah 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 blah. But is that a feature that can really be done better? Not really, in my opinion. That's just... I don't know, it's... And you see, I don't mind getting off on these tangents about video games, because I Want to Be the Boshy is a compilation of many different video games. And it's a compilation of many different styles. It's not just a platformer. That's what I really like about it, is it's a whole bunch of different medium put together. It's not just jump to block A to block B to get to goal C. It's fantastically original while still borrowing from a lot of other different concepts, and I love it for that. It's not the difficulty, it's not even really the bosses, because the bosses themselves, while cool and well designed, if it was nothing but the bosses, and if they were all the same, because the bosses are not the same, not at all. Beating Hello Kitty is far different from beating Mario. You completely have to adopt different strategies and dodge different things in different ways, and it's just... It's so good. And I don't have a problem praising things. I would rather have many more games like this in the same creative spirit than just having the same standard put out. I respect creativity so much, and I'm so sorry if I'm sounding pretentious or artsy-fartsy or whatever, but just... I have no idea how long I have to do this. I think I was at 23 seconds there. I think I was halfway through. So, and I mean, this is the perfect project to talk about this in, because I get the impression that a lot of people are going to see this, and I want everybody to be a part of this concept of games are art. Huge varieties of art. They're beyond movies, they're beyond pretty much anything else I think we've ever really done. They're interactive drama, they're interactive struggles that take place in a completely separate plane of existence. It's like reading an interactive book. How can you not respect the medium of video games? Well, obviously there are a few examples of video games that are not worthy of respect, but that's true of everything. There's always going to be certain art forms that are not respectable or not worth devoting time or attention to because they're just not appealing to a large number of people, and they don't bring anything, they don't contribute anything to the medium that they're in. And I mean, having a status quo in the medium is fine, but you have to bring something new to the table in every game. Okay? Just gotta say that. If you want to innovate, if you actually want to be... Because I think the problem with a lot of video game developers nowadays is that they're all worried about the money now. That's the feeling that I get, particularly looking at certain sports games. Certain basketball games. We've reached, in my opinion, I have not played a basketball game in a long time, but can you honestly tell me what is the technological, not graphical, what is the technological difference? Is there huge technological differences in the medium of sports games between now and when we had sports games released in 2005? You know, what... I'm sure they've added probably like new manager modes or new ways to like customize your players' abilities, but really though, what is the point of continuously releasing sports games? I'm very sorry. It just doesn't seem like a medium that is furthering the... At least in my... Again, please, you can disagree. You could say, Gunslinger, you don't know what you're talking about. Shaquille O'Neal's Slam Dunk 2008 was the greatest game I've ever played. And Shaquille O'Neal's Slam Dunk 2009 blew that one out of the water and will continue to do so. And tell me why. Please. You know, what do you like about it? Is it the gameplay? Is it just the gameplay? Is it recognizing your... If it's recognizing people for their star power, that is not furthering the medium. Because as time goes on, those celebrities or whatever are gonna die or do something foolish to themselves that will completely lose self-respect. You'll lose respect for them. I guarantee it. To a certain degree. Just look at pretty much any celebrity, and they'll have their low moments, okay? Where they are questionable, because they're human, and that's fine. Ugh.